What's up, y'all? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Y'all, I'm a little paid off today because me and my husband woke up this morning because we heard some noise. So we were like, what is that? Well, he said, what is that? And then he woke me up. And the people upstairs they must have been either running water somehow or their radiator was overflowing, but either way, it seeped down into the walls and down into our apartment. So now the water's leaking in the corner here, and it then peeled off the paint. It's all rusty up there, and we just finished painting. So we're kind of peed off. So we called the super and this, that, and the third, and my husband went upstairs because the water was literally dripping from the ceiling on our floor. So we had to move our end table. We had to move the picture off the wall. And I'm going to show y'all what it looked like. So this is what it looks like. And then it starts over here too. So we're asleep, and we hear, you see this piece right here. This piece. It's a piece right here in this corner here that's hanging. And so this is, let me see. Okay, now you can see it. You see it's just hanging, waiting to fall. And we're just peed off because my husband said that he's going to have to take the curtains down because they're going to have to come here and fix this. But when I tell you the water was just dripping from the cracks here and from here, it was just pouring onto our floor. So as you can see, we moved the picture off the wall. We moved the end table, and we got the towel wrapped around here. Yeah, so that's that. We were waiting for the super to come. This was this morning, around 10 o'clock this morning, when my husband called the super, and he said he was on his way. And what time is it, babe?
Now?
Yeah.
2:32.
It's 2:32. We spoke to him. Well, my husband spoke to him around 10 o'clock. He said he was on his way. It's 2:32 now. And he hasn't been here. We haven't heard from him. My husband called him, and the phone is just ringing. So we feel like he just don't want to show up. He don't want to do. But this super, let me tell you, this super is lazy as hell. Whenever he comes here to do a job, he brings a worker with him, and he always have the worker doing everything. And he'll keep saying, he'll come in with the worker, stand there for about 5-10 minutes, and then he'll tell him, look, I gotta go. My car's double parked. I gotta move my car or whatever. And this is what he says every single time he comes. He says he's gotta go because his car's double parked. He leaves. He's gone for like maybe about an hour. Then he comes back, checks on his worker, said he's got to go again because he has to pick something up, leaves, come back, and then after the second time, then he leaves, and he don't come back until it's time for them to get off of work, which is like 5 o'clock. Then he comes back, and then he'll say, he'll tell me, we got to come back and finish the work another day. And I'm looking at him like, but you ain't did nothing. You got your worker here, and then the worker hardly speaks English. Like, I can't really grasp everything here. Some things I can understand, but majority of the stuff that he be saying to me, I don't understand it. So he do what he's supposed to do, or do what he think he's supposed to do, and then he leaves. But I'm like, y'all keep sending these incompetent people here to do work because they don't want to spend the money that it takes to do the work properly. So when I tell y'all that I can't wait, and I mean, like, I know I tell y'all this all the time about how I can't wait to get our house, but listen, y'all, we are not twiddling our fingers here. We're not just sitting down doing nothing. We're really looking. But it's been so hard, and our real estate agent said to us that it was going to be hard finding the house we want in the area we want, close enough for him to where he don't have to commute a long distance or so many hours. It's going to be hard. And I know it could be done, but it's taking longer than we expected. Like, if it was up to me, we would have been out of here years ago. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. We can't move no faster than what we can. You know what I'm saying? We can't force somebody out of their house or force these things to happen. Everything has to align. They say the most important thing about real estate is location, location, location. And this is what we're trying to do. And I know a lot of people, a lot of you people have been listening to me say, that I can't wait till I move. And I know to some extent y'all might be tired of hearing me say that. But as frustrated as y'all are listening to it, y'all have no idea how I feel and my husband feel about this situation. Like, y'all just listening. We're actually going through it. So it's hard because we're trying to, y'all don't understand. The houses here in New York are so expensive, and you get nothing. Like, you don't get a driveway. You don't get, like, the rooms are not big enough to put a full-size bedroom set in the bedroom. You might be able to get a bed and maybe an end table, or maybe 2 end tables and 1 dresser, but you cannot get a full-size bedroom. The closets are tiny as hell. You can't get anything in a closet. And it's just basically, it's like living in an apartment, but only difference is now you're paying a mortgage. This is yours. You're owning this. And I'm not trying to own something that's smaller than the apartment that I'm living in right now. So we're trying to find something that fits all of our needs, and that's going to be hard. You know what I'm saying? Unless we move out of state, and that's hard because my husband is not retired, so he would have to commute to wherever we live to where his job is now. He has 2 friends on his job that live outside of New York, and they work there and they commute every day. They said there's days that they don't even go home. They stay with family members and friends. They'll spend the night or something like that, because when they get off of work, they're so exhausted. And then to think of a 2-hour ride to go home, they said a lot of times they don't see their wives and kids for 2 and 3 days because of the commute. And my husband said to me, he said, I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to live somewhere where I can't be home every night. So we're trying to make this thing work, and it's hard. And do I believe we're going to find something? Yes, I do believe we're going to find something. But it's just going to take time. It's going to take a lot of research, a lot of searching, a lot of patience, and a lot of praying. But I do believe we're going to find something. I just don't know when. But we have a real estate agent in Connecticut. We have one in Jersey. We have one here in Long Island that's looking. And neither one of them know that we are using, because that's the first thing they always ask you, are you working with any other real estate agent? Always say no, because then they don't want to work with you, because they want you to just work with them and that's it. No, we're not settling for one agent, because this one might find something that you wasn't able to find. And we might have you looking for months and months and months, and you might never come across anything, but then somebody else might. You know what I'm saying? So we just tell them, when they say, are you working with any other real estate agent? We said no, but we have 3. But yeah, it's just, we had the one in Connecticut has found a couple of houses, but they're too far out. They're too far. Their houses are nice. Houses is nice, but they're too far out. We're looking for like at least an hour. And my husband said maybe an hour and a half, but an hour and a half might be pushing it. But he said maybe, it depends. But yeah, we've been looking. It's hard, y'all. Like, Rome wasn't built in a day, you know what I'm saying? And it's hard. It ain't easy, you know what I'm saying? There's some people that can find a house in areas that they live, in cities that they live, in towns that they live, and it's nothing for them because they work in that town. So the house hunting went easy for them. But what we want, we can't get in New York. You know, it's too expensive. They want $1 million for this, 10 million for that, 20 million for this. Who's spending $20 million to live in these kind of houses that they have in New York? These houses that they have in New York are tiny. You don't get nothing. You can't get a garage. You have to, in some instances, you have to park like 2 and 3 blocks away because the whole block is filled with cars. So, and my thing is this: if you own a house, you should be able to park in front of your house, but you don't have a designated spot in front of your door because the street doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the city of New York. So anybody can park. So if me and my husband was to go out to dinner and then we come back home, we might not be able to park in front of the house. We might have to park 2 and 3 blocks away and then walk 2 or 3 blocks home. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not, I'm not going to say we don't want to buy a home, and we can't have the convenience of parking in front of our home or being able to park in our garage or in our driveway. And a lot of these houses in New York don't have driveways. A lot of them don't have parking. So it's and I want convenience. If I'm gonna have a house, I want convenience. I don't wanna have to come home from a date night, me and my husband, or come home from vacation, and we come home, we're tired, we're exhausted, and we come home with suitcases, and we can't find a parking spot on our block, and we have to park 2 and 3 blocks away, and we have to lug all this luggage home 2 and 3 blocks from where we live. Makes no sense to me. So anyway, this is the situation. But anyway, me and my husband, we about to leave. We just waiting for a delivery, and we're about to go to the hospital to see my mother and take her some things. I want to see. I bought some decorations for her room because she won't be home for Christmas or New Year's, and I just can't see her being in that room with no Christmas tree, no decorations. So I bought a couple of decorations and a little small miniature tree to put in her room, because even though she can't come home, she still should have the spirit of Christmas in her room. She shouldn't have to look at plain yellow walls in her hospital room. So I'm hoping that they're not going to make me take it down, because I'm going to explain to them, listen, my mother can't be home for Christmas. She can't be home for New Year's. Why does the room have to look like a hospital room? Why we can't jazz it up a little bit to put a smile on her and the other patient's face? At least they don't have to feel gloomy on Christmas. Like, I'm going to make a really big argument about that once I get to the hospital if they say no. And I'm going to really complain because it's crazy. But anyway, we'll get ready to go. The package just came. My husband just picked it up. He just showed it to me. So we'll get ready to go to the hospital, see my mother, and I will talk to y'all on a later one. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, give me a thumbs up. And then I have a video coming because last night I went to my husband's job party, and I'm sorry, y'all, I didn't do an introduction or whatever because we were doing so much running around because he has a 360 business, and that's when you sit on the platform and the camera goes around you and it takes a video of you dancing and stuff in slow motion. So my husband has that kind of business aside from his job, and I was just helping him pack the stuff up, and I didn't have time to do an introduction or even to inform y'all that, you know, what we was doing or whatever. But I do have the video, so that'll be coming tomorrow, and y'all will see that. And yeah, so I will talk to y'all on a later one, y'all. Be blessed, stay blessed. Peace.